My wife suggested, let's go to a swingers party. It'll spice things up. I'll even record it for you. Hi there, welcome to the channel. Enjoy the story, and be sure to subscribe so you don't miss what's coming next. The California sky burned orange as the sun dipped below the horizon in Mission Viejo's quiet suburbs. Alex Thompson's two-story home sat nestled in a row of manicured lawns, the faint chirp of sparrows mixing with kids' laughter from the backyard. Alex, 35, a software engineer, slumped on the couch, scrolling work emails on his phone. Sarah, his wife, a 32-year-old elementary school teacher, tidied up Mia and Jake's toys in the corner. 8 years of marriage, 2 kids, a picture-perfect life. But tonight, that picture was about to crack. Sarah walked into the living room, her eyes glinting with something odd. She plopped down next to Alex, twisting the hem of her shirt, her voice hesitant. "Hey, Ryan and Emily invited us to a party this weekend." Alex glanced up, flashing a grin. "A party? Sounds fun. They showing off their famous grilled steaks again?" Sarah didn't smile. She took a deep breath, her eyes a mix of excitement and caution. "Not that kind of party, Alex. It's a swingers party." The air froze. Alex laughed, thinking it was a joke. "Good one, Sarah. Who else they got coming?" But her face stayed stone cold, lips pressed tight with resolve. "I'm serious. They say it's exciting. Could shake things up for us." Alex went rigid, his phone slipping from his hand onto the cushion. "What are you saying? Sleeping with other people? When we've got Mia and Jake?" His voice spiked, shock and anger colliding. Sarah crossed her arms, a defiant spark in her eyes. "We're stuck, Alex. Don't you feel it? Work, kids. Same routine every day. Ryan and Emily swear this brought them closer." Alex shook his head, his pulse hammering. "I don't give a damn what Ryan and Emily do. I'm not sharing my wife. What the hell are you thinking?" Sarah stood, pacing, her hair swaying across her shoulders. "You're always so uptight. It's just one night, Alex." "It's not a big deal." Her tone sharpened, like he was the one being unreasonable. Alex clenched his fists, nails biting into his palms. "Not a big deal? You're talking about blowing up our family." He shot up, facing her. "If you want a party, go ahead, but don't drag me into it." Sarah smirked, a forced, bitter smile. "Think about it, Alex. Don't let your stubbornness drive us apart." She turned, heading upstairs, leaving Alex rooted in place, his breath heavy. He stared after her, the woman he'd loved for 8 years, suddenly a stranger. One question burned in his mind. How did it come to this? The bedroom door slammed shut. Alex sank back onto the couch, his gaze locked on the family photo on the wall. 4 smiling faces at Laguna Beach. That happiness felt like a lie now. He knew this wasn't over. Sarah wouldn't let it go. And he, despite the pain, had to brace for the storm she was brewing. Dawn broke over Mission Viejo, sunlight slipping through the kitchen blinds of the Thompson house. Alex stood by the stove, brewing coffee, trying to shake off last night's fight. But Sarah wasn't letting it go. She came downstairs, oversized tee loose on her frame, hair pulled back, eyes sharp with determination. "You thought about the party yet?" she asked, her voice soft but cutting like a knife. Alex gripped his mug, the heat searing his palm. "Sarah, I said no. Done deal." She shrugged, grabbing an apple from the fruit bowl, biting into it with a crisp crunch that echoed in the quiet. "I just want us to try something new, Alex. Ryan and Emily say it's like an adventure. No judgment." Alex set his mug down, fighting to keep his cool. "An adventure? You call sleeping with strangers an adventure? What about Mia and Jake?" Sarah rolled her eyes, tossing the core in the trash. "Don't bring the kids into this. This is about us. Over the next few days, Sarah was relentless, like a storm that wouldn't quit. While Alex loaded the dishwasher after dinner, she leaned in, talking up Ryan and Emily, her voice buzzing with excitement. They say it made them tighter, more open. Don't you want that? Alex spun around, hands dripping with soapy water. Open? By sharing each other. You hearing yourself, Sarah? She crossed her arms, eyes flashing. You're so rigid, Alex. Scared of change. Wednesday night, Alex was glued to a baseball game on TV when Sarah plopped down, scrolling her phone. I read couples do this to save their marriage. Don't you see we're stuck in a rut? Alex killed the TV, standing up, his anger barely contained. Save our marriage? You think banging other people will fix anything? You don't see how this wrecks us? Sarah smirked, her voice ice cold. If you won't do it, I'll go alone. Ryan says I'm welcome. The words hit like a punch to the gut. Alex stepped closer, his voice shaking with restraint. You're threatening me? You're picking that party over our family? Sarah stood tall, unflinching. I'm choosing to live, Alex. You're the one trapped in your uptight cage. She turned away, leaving him standing there, his breath heavy, heart pounding. He felt the foundation of their marriage crumbling, each crack sharp and raw. Thursday morning, as Alex drove Mia and Jake to school, Sarah stood at the door, her gaze half defiant, half pleading. Think about it, Alex. Just one night. You might like it. Alex gripped the steering wheel, silent, but inside, anger mixed with fear. Sarah wasn't the wife he knew anymore. She was pushing them toward a cliff. He knew if she went, there'd be no turning back. But he wasn't ready to give up. Not yet. He needed a plan, a way to protect himself and the Quinta kids from the storm Sarah was dragging them into. Night fell over Mission Viejo, streetlights casting a dim glow through the Thompsons' windows. Alex sat by Mia's bed, reading her a bedtime story, his voice steady to mask the storm raging inside. Sarah appeared at the door, dressed sharply, a faint whiff of perfume trailing her. She leaned against the frame, arms crossed, eyes hard. Alex, I'm going to the party tomorrow night, she said, her tone flat and unyielding. Alex closed the book, his heart pounding. He stood, gently shut Mia's door, and motioned Sarah to the living room. Under the golden glow of the ceiling light, Alex faced his wife, struggling to keep his voice even. You're saying what? You're actually going? Sarah nodded, her hair swaying slightly, a defiant smirk curling her lips. Yeah, I'm going. Ryan and Emily say it'll be a blast. You should come, Alex. Might loosen you up. Alex clenched his fists, nails digging into his palms. A blast? You think sleeping with other people is a blast? What about Mia and Jake? What do you expect them to think of their mom? Sarah stepped closer, her voice sharp as a blade. Don't drag the kids into this, Alex. I told you, this is about us. I'll get a sitter, it's no big deal. Alex shook his head, his breath heavy. No big deal? You're tearing this family apart. You think this is normal? Sarah crossed her arms, eyes flashing with anger. You're the one blowing it out of proportion. It's one night, Alex. If you weren't so uptight, you'd see it could help us. The air turned thick with tension. Alex stepped forward, his voice low, trembling with fury. Help! By letting me watch you with another guy? Sarah, if you walk out that door for that party, we're done. I'll file for divorce. Sarah blinked, her lips parting, but she didn't back down. She laughed, a bitter, cutting sound. Divorce? Over one night? That's pathetic, Alex. The words hit like a sledgehammer. Alex felt his blood boil, but he held his tongue, his gaze locked on her. Pathetic? You're throwing away 8 years of marriage for a night of fun. You don't see what you're destroying?" Sarah turned away, her hair hiding her expression. "You're so dramatic. I'm going. Call me if you change your mind." She strode to the bedroom, slamming the door, leaving Alex alone, his heart racing. He sank onto the couch, hands shaking. The word divorce echoed in his head, no longer a threat, but a reality. Sarah wasn't the woman he married 8 years ago. She'd crossed a line, and he couldn't pull her back. But in the pain, a plan sparked. If Sarah went, he'd need proof. He'd protect Mia, Jake, and himself. That night, Alex lay awake, staring at the ceiling, his mind churning. Sarah had chosen her path. Now, he had to choose his. A path to the truth, no matter how much it hurt. The Thompson living room was dead quiet, save for the steady tick of the wall clock. Alex sat on the couch, staring at the family photo on the shelf. Sarah's smile now felt like a cruel lie. After their blowout, the air between them was ice cold. Sarah came downstairs, silk nightgown gliding over her frame, but her eyes were sharp. No hint of remorse. "Still mad?" she asked, her voice light but laced with a challenge. Alex didn't answer, his hands gripping the armrest, fighting to keep his anger in check. Sarah sat across from him, keeping her distance, hair falling over half her face. "Alex, I don't want us fighting like this. I've got an idea if you're so worried." She paused, her eyes glinting with something unsettling. "I'll record the party. You can watch it later. See, it's no big deal." Alex froze, stunned. "Record it?" he repeated, his voice trembling with disbelief. Sarah shrugged, a smirk tugging at her lips. "Yeah, like proof. Maybe it'll even turn you on." The words hit like a slap. Alex shot to his feet, blood rushing to his head. "Are you insane? Record yourself sleeping with someone else? Who do you think I am?" Sarah didn't flinch, crossing her arms, her gaze cold. "You're overreacting, Alex. I just want you to see it's not serious. Lots of couples do this and stay happy." Alex stepped closer, his voice dangerous. "Happy? You're wrecking our family, Sarah. Don't you get that?" Silence choked the room. Sarah stared at him, her eyes flickering for a moment. Then she smirked, like she was playing a game. "If you don't trust me, watch the video. I've got nothing to hide." Alex stood rooted, anger mixing with a cold realization. Record it? It was the perfect evidence. If Sarah was dumb enough to film her betrayal, he'd have everything he needed to protect Mia, Jake, and himself. He took a deep breath, hiding his plan. "Fine," he said, his voice eerily calm. "If that's what you want, go. Record it. I won't stop you." Sarah narrowed her eyes, suspicious. "That's it? No more yelling? No divorce threats?" Alex shrugged, faking indifference. "Do what you want. I'm done arguing." He turned, heading upstairs, but his heart pounded. Sarah stood there, her gaze probing, then nodded slowly. "Good. I'm going. Don't worry, Alex. I'll have fun." She walked off, her footsteps echoing like a countdown. Alex shut the bedroom door, leaning against the wall, his breath heavy. The idea of the video burned in his mind, a double-edged sword. It would expose the truth, but it would also destroy him. Sarah didn't just want to cheat. She wanted him to watch. But he had no choice. If she went through with it, he'd use her own weapon to end this. That night, Alex lay awake, moonlight spilling through the blinds, cold as his heart. The storm was coming, and he had to be ready. The California afternoon sun filtered through the blinds, painting the Thompson bedroom in streaks of red. Sarah stood before the mirror, her black dress hugging her curves, high heels gleaming with years of dust. She slicked on red lipstick, a smug smile curling her lips. Alex sat on the bed, hands gripping the sheets, eyes averted. "I'm heading out," Sarah said, her voice casual, like she was off to the grocery store. Not a betrayal. She grabbed her purse and strutted to the door without a glance back. The door slammed shut, a sound like a hammer to Alex's heart. He sprang up, heart pounding. He couldn't just sit there. Hands trembling, he dialed his mom, Helen, who lived a few blocks away. "Mom, can you watch Mia and Jake this weekend?" he asked, voice urgent, masking the cheating details. Helen agreed without prying. Alex rushed to the kids' rooms, stuffing toys and clothes into backpacks. Mia rubbed sleepy eyes. "Why the rush, Daddy?" He hugged her, swallowing tears. "Just a sleepover with Grandma, sweetie." Jake grinned, oblivious to the secrets unraveling. The car hummed through the suburban streets, the setting sun stretching tree shadows long. Alex dropped the kids at Helen's, hugging them tightly. "I love you guys," he whispered, voice cracking. Helen eyed him, concerned. "Everything okay, son?" He shook his head, driving back. The house was empty now, silent as a tomb. Alex poured a whiskey, the glass heavy in his shaking hand. He sank onto the couch, staring at the wall, picturing Sarah, laughing, touching strangers. The betrayal stabbed deep, his heart bleeding. He downed the drink, pouring another. Images flashed. Sarah with Ryan? Emily? Someone else? Lies piled up. 8 years of marriage crumbling over one night's affair. He slammed his fist on the table, knuckles whitening. "How could you do this?" he growled to the empty room. But anger gave way to a cold plan. The video. Perfect proof of her cheating. California law would back him. Custody of the kids, the house, everything. Sarah would pay for her secrets. The night dragged on, whiskey burning his throat. Alex sprawled on the couch, eyes wide open. Wind hissed through the windows, whispering heartbreak. He thought of Mia and Jake. They needed a strong dad. No tears, no weakness. The confrontation loomed when Sarah returned, smug-faced, with a phone full of truth revealed. He'd copy the files, hand them to a lawyer, end this affair. But deep down, the pain of her betrayal gnawed. The wife he loved was a stranger now. A cliffhanger hung heavy. What would the video show? Alex gripped his glass, bracing for the shock to come. The California sun peeked over the horizon, casting weak golden light through the Thompson house windows. Alex stirred on the couch, neck stiff, an empty whiskey glass rolling on the floor. The front door clicked open. Sarah strolled in, hair a mess, black dress wrinkled, lipstick smudged. But her eyes sparkled with smug satisfaction, a smirk curling her lips like she'd won a prize. Alex sat up, heart pounding, anger flaring. She leaned against the kitchen counter, dropping her purse, eyeing him like nothing happened. "Have fun?" she asked, voice dripping with mockery. Alex clenched his fists, nails biting into his palms. "Fun?" he echoed, voice cold as ice. Sarah shrugged, pulling her phone from her bag, its screen glowing in the dim light. "I recorded it, like I said. Watch it. It's no big deal." She slid the phone across the counter, her smirk cutting like a knife. Alex stared at her, eyes burning with fury and pain. Her betrayal was etched in every wrinkle of her dress, in the shameless glint of her gaze. Without a word, Alex grabbed the phone, fingers trembling. "Where are the kids?" Sarah asked, glancing around the silent house. "With my mom," he snapped, voice clipped, brushing past her. "Better they didn't see you stumble in like this." Sarah scoffed, leaning back. "God, Alex, You're so dramatic. They wouldn't even notice." Her words hit like a sledgehammer, but he didn't turn back. He marched upstairs, slammed the bedroom door, and locked it. His heart raced, breath ragged. Her lies stacked high, and now he'd face the truth revealed. At his desk, Alex plugged Sarah's phone into his laptop. The screen lit up, a video folder staring back. He took a deep breath, steadying his shaking hands. She'd handed him a weapon, evidence of her affair. He copied the files to a secure drive, each second ticking like a blade to his chest. She didn't just go to the party. She wanted him to see, to accept her betrayal. Alex paced, running a hand through his hair. "You think I'll forgive this?" he muttered, voice breaking. Sarah knocked, her voice sharp outside the door. "Alex, what's taking so long? It's just a video, don't make a scene." He ignored her, eyes glued to the laptop. Part of him wanted to delete it all, pretend it never happened. But Mia and Jake deserved a dad who fought. He opened a file, just seconds. Laughter, dim lights, Sarah with a stranger. Enough. He snapped the laptop shut, heart shattering. Shock and heartbreak collided, but beneath it, a cold clarity emerged. Alex grabbed her phone, heading downstairs. Sarah was in the kitchen, scrolling her phone like she'd just come back from brunch. He tossed it onto the counter, voice low, dangerous. "Done." Sarah looked up, her smirk fading, a flicker of doubt in her eyes. "What's that mean?" He didn't answer, turning away. The real confrontation was coming. The video was his weapon, but Sarah's downfall was her own doing. Alex exhaled, ready for the next step. A move with no way back. Night cloaked the Thompson house, moonlight spilling cold through the bedroom blinds. Alex sat hunched over his laptop, its screen glowing in the dark. His finger hovered over the keyboard, heart pounding like it might burst. Sarah's video folder stared back, a ticking bomb. He'd copied the files to a secure drive, but now he had to face the truth. Part of him clung to hope, a dream that Sarah, the woman he'd loved for 8 years, was still there. But deep down, he knew the illusion was gone. He clicked the first video. Sound crackled, laughter, dim lights from Ryan and Emily's house. Sarah appeared, her black dress shimmering, a radiant smile, no hesitation. She raised a wine glass, eyes sparkling, cozying up to one stranger, then 2, then 3. Their touches, their glances, their intimacy sliced into Alex's heart. Each scene was a knife twist. He stopped the video, hands shaking, breath ragged. But he forced himself to keep going, file after file, each moment of betrayal laid bare. Sarah didn't just cheat, she reveled in it, laughing like their marriage was a joke. The screen went dark, reflecting Alex's hollow face. He leaned back, hands clutching his head. Heartbreak surged, drowning him in pain. 8 years, 2 kids, beach days in Laguna, nights tucking Mia and Jake in. All lies. Sarah didn't just go to the party. She recorded it, wanting him to witness his own destruction. He slammed his fist on the desk, the sound echoing in the silent room. "How could you do this, Sarah?" he growled, voice breaking, tears streaming down his face. But in the agony, a cold clarity emerged. These videos weren't just proof of her affair. They were a weapon. California law favored the betrayed in divorce, especially with kids involved. Alex wiped his tears, opening the laptop to check the drive. Every file was safe. He pulled up his phone, scrolling for a lawyer's number. "I have to do this," he muttered. "For Mia. For Jake." He couldn't let Sarah hurt them anymore. The confrontation wouldn't be face-to-face. It would happen in court, where the truth revealed would seal her fate. Alex paced, mind racing. Sarah's laughter from the videos burned in his memory. Her smile, her eyes, her cruel indifference. She didn't just cheat. She wanted him to accept it, to call it fun. But he wouldn't let her win. He opened an email, drafting a quick note to James Carter, a top divorce lawyer in Mission Viejo. Need to meet. I have evidence of infidelity. Custody is my priority. He hit send, his heart easing slightly. Dawn crept in, gray light filtering through the window. Alex stared at the bedroom, the bed where he and Sarah once shared dreams, now a ruin. He grabbed the family photo, fingers tracing Mia and Jake's smiles. "I'll protect you," he whispered. Sarah could keep her smug grin, but she'd lose everything. The videos were the key, a sharp blade to cut the last thread of their bond. Alex took a deep breath, ready for the fight ahead. The storm had hit, and he wouldn't let it sweep away what he loved most. California sun streamed through the windows of lawyer James Carter's office in downtown Mission Viejo, hitting the wooden desk where Alex sat, knuckles white on the chair arms. In front of him, a stack of divorce papers sat neat, next to the hard drive loaded with Sarah's betrayal videos. James, salt and pepper hair, deep voice, scanned the docs. "With this evidence, you've got the upper hand," he said, nodding. "California sides with the betrayed on custody. She won't have a leg to stand on." Alex nodded faintly, heart heavy, but resolved. "I want Mia and Jake with me. Sarah's not trustworthy anymore." That day, Alex filed for divorce. He left the office, blinding sun, stinging his eyes. Back home, the place felt cold, empty without the kids' laughter. He'd already shuttled Mia and Jake to his mom Helen's, keeping them clear of Sarah. His phone buzzed, a text from her. "You home? Let's talk." He ignored it, anger surging. She still thought this was a game, but he'd crossed the point of no return. That afternoon, Sarah stood at the door, clutching the divorce papers, face pale. "What the hell is this, Alex?" she yelled, voice shaking. "You're really doing this? Over one night?" Alex leaned on the doorframe, eyes ice cold. "One night? You call betrayal one night? You recorded it yourself, Sarah. I saw everything." She scoffed, but panic flickered in her eyes. "You're being dramatic. We can talk. Work it out." Alex shook his head, voice firm. "Nothing left to say. You made your choice." Sarah stepped forward, hand brushing the door, voice softening. "Alex, I just wanted to spice us up. Don't wreck our family." He shoved her hand away, heart twisting but unyielding. "Family? You wrecked it when you walked out that door, Sarah." He slammed the door, leaving her there, eyes red-rimmed. Her lies held no power anymore. He turned inside, grabbed his phone, texted Helen. "I'm good. Thanks for watching the kids." That night, Alex sat in the living room, dim light hitting the family photo. Mia and Jake beamed bright, but Sarah's image cut like a knife. He thought of the videos, her laughter, her eyes on strangers. Heartbreak clawed at him, but he wouldn't let it win. He flipped open his laptop, checked James's email. "Papers filed. Court date soon. Videos are key." Alex nodded at the screen. Confrontation shifted to the courtroom, where truth revealed would seal it all. Sarah didn't quit. His phone lit up non-stop. Texts, calls. "Alex, please, let's talk." He powered it off, done hearing her voice. She thought she could fix it, but he'd seen enough. Mia and Jake were why he fought. He stood, stepped onto the porch, staring at the starry sky. The storm in his chest eased, replaced by cold resolve. Sarah would soon face the fallout of her affair. Cliffhanger hung heavy. How would she react when she lost everything? Alex breathed deep, braced for the legal battle ahead, where Sarah's secrets would be laid bare. The Mission Viejo night was chilly, wind whistling through the oak trees, carrying whispers of secrets. Alex sat in his mom Helen's living room, the soft glow of a lamp lighting up a photo of Mia and Jake on the wall. His phone buzzed relentlessly. Sarah's calls, texts piling up. "Alex, please, let's talk." He powered it off, heart heavy but resolute. Her betrayal had snapped the last thread of their bond. Now, his only fight was shielding the kids from the storm she'd unleashed. The doorbell rang frantically. Alex stood, peering through the peephole. Sarah stood outside, hair disheveled, eyes red, jacket slipping off one shoulder. "Alex, open the door!" she shouted, voice cracking. He took a deep breath, opened it, but blocked her path. "What do you want?" Sarah lunged forward, tears streaming. "I messed up, okay? I was trying to fix us, not break us." Alex clenched his fists, gaze icy. "Fix us? By sleeping with others? You broke it when you walked out, Sarah." She staggered back, trembling. "Let me see Mia and Jake. Please." He held the door firm, voice like steel. "No. The kids don't need to see their mom like this." Sarah crumpled on the porch, sobbing. "Alex, don't take them from me. I can't lose them." But he didn't waver. Her heartbreak couldn't undo his. "You made your choice, Sarah. Now live with it." He shut the door, her cries echoing outside, a final knife to his chest. The trial kicked off the next week. In the courtroom, Alex sat beside lawyer James, gripping the chair. Sarah appeared, pale, eyes dodging his. Her lawyer tried a weak defense. The party was mutual consent. James shot it down, presenting the videos. Undeniable evidence. The judge frowned, watching clips. Sarah's laughter, her glances with strangers, cut Alex again. But he stayed strong, knowing this secured the kid's future. The courtroom battle was his confrontation, where truth revealed would bury her lies. Outside court, Sarah cornered him, voice shaking. "Alex, we can settle this. Don't do this." He turned, eyes sharp. "Settle? You want me to forgive your lies? Your affair." Sarah opened her mouth, but no words came. She knew she'd lost. The cliffhanger came later when Alex ran into Ryan, the neighbor, at the grocery store. Ryan shifted awkwardly, avoiding eye contact. "Alex, I didn't know Sarah would go that far. It wasn't just one guy. It was 3. The words hit like a fist. Alex froze, blood draining from his face. "3?" he echoed, voice barely a whisper. Ryan nodded, guilt-ridden. "Thought you should know. I'm sorry." Alex walked away, mind reeling. The shock stung, but it fueled his resolve. Sarah hadn't just betrayed him. She'd crossed every line. He gripped the steering wheel, Mia and Jake's faces flashing in his mind. Truth revealed hurt, but it freed him. The trial would end soon, and Sarah would face the fallout. Alex exhaled, ready for tomorrow, when her secrets would be fully exposed, and he'd move forward for his kids. California sunlight poured through the Mission Viejo courtroom windows, but the air inside was cold. Alex sat rigid, hands clasped, eyes locked on the judge. Sarah, across the room, looked pale, her gaze empty. The videos of her betrayal, her laughter, her eyes on 3 strange men, had laid everything bare. Lawyer James spoke firmly. "Clear evidence of infidelity. Mr. Wolpos, Thompson requests full custody and fair asset division." Sarah bowed her head, silent. The judge nodded, ruling. Alex got full custody of Mia and Jake. Sarah walked away with a fraction of the assets. She left the courtroom, shoulders slumped, voiceless. Alex stepped outside, the harsh sun like a slap. He breathed deep, freedom mixing with heartbreak. 8 years of marriage, gone. But Mia and Jake were his guiding light. He moved to a small Irvine apartment, hanging the kids' photos on the walls, determined to rebuild. Sarah kept the old house, but it was a hollow shell. No kids' laughter, no warmth. Her reputation tanked. Neighbors whispered about her affair, dodging her at the grocery store. Loneliness caged her, the price of her lies and secrets. One afternoon, Alex ran into Ryan at a convenience store. Ryan fidgeted, avoiding eye contact. "Alex, about Sarah. I didn't know she'd go that far. 3 guys, you know." Alex nodded, a pang in his chest, but he didn't let the shock drag him down. "Thanks for telling me," he said, voice steady. "I needed the truth." Ryan nodded, guilty, and walked off. Truth revealed was bitter, but it set Alex free. Sarah hadn't just betrayed him. She'd obliterated every boundary. He climbed into his car, Mia and Jake's faces flashing, soothing the sting. In his new apartment, Alex set the dinner table. Mia and Jake's laughter filling the room. "Dad, can we hit the beach tomorrow?" Mia asked, eyes bright. He grinned, nodding. "You got it, kiddo." These moments, small, real, were all he needed. Sarah called a few times, begging to see the kids, but Alex held firm. "When they're ready," he said over the phone, voice unyielding. She sobbed, but he didn't budge. The confrontation was over. Now was time for healing. Alex moved forward, one step at a time. He worked, played with the kids, even grabbed coffee with a coworker. No rush, but hope flickered. Sarah, meanwhile, drowned in her consequences. Neighbors shunned her. Friends turned away. She lived in the house that was once their home, now a prison of her own making. Alex didn't gloat. He felt a fleeting pity, then let it go. She'd chosen her path. On a weekend night, Alex stood on his balcony, staring at California's starry sky. The ocean breeze swept away the darkness in his heart. Sarah's betrayal was a scar, but it didn't define him. He thought of Mia, Jake, and the future. A clean, honest life, free of lies. He smiled faintly. For the first time in months, strength rising within. The storm had passed. Alex had won, not through revenge, but by living on. For his kids, for himself.